What's going on, guys? Welcome back to an absolute fantastic YouTube video. Today, I'm basically just going to be running down everything that I've kind of figured out. I'm not going to say tips and tricks because realistically, there are no tips and tricks in the whole organic ecom space, but I am going to be giving you guys a lot of fucking sauce. So be ready for this. Get out a notebook or just write down notes on like a Google Doc. Just make like a separate tab, whatever you want. If you don't know who I am, my name is Smith Reese. I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur, started dropshipping, whole ecom, I guess. I started entrepreneurship when I was like 15. 2022, August to be specific, and made over $1 million revenue, traveled the world twice, and yeah, done some cool stuff at a young age. So I'm basically just going to be giving you guys pretty much all the sauce that I've thought about in the last hour for this video, or at the gym. So I want to cover basically the main problem with organic, because the problem is the thing with organic is that there's so many myths, right? So you have 3,000, like you have a trillion myths in the whole organic space. Like for example, you have, oh, you can't post, you have to post 2 to 3 times a day, and you have to post, you have to make your organic, you have to, when you're setting up your TikTok account, you have to make your email the same email at the same time as your niece's friend's little brother's, cousin when it's a full moon on a Tuesday. And I'm like, dude, Instagram is not fucking tracking that shit. TikTok does not give a fuck about that shit. Now, of course, TikTok, obviously, as we know, is going to be harder. And by the way, I'm going to get into the tariffs in a second. So anyone who wants to learn about that, give me a sec. But everyone's talking about so many myths. Instagram and TikTok are not tracking that shit. We all know that. Okay? Make accounts. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't act like a bot. And that's it. Because I want you guys to understand, when you have these myths, it's the same thing as doing that whole mental masturbation. Right? I'm just going to say mental mass. I don't want to write it down because maybe I might get like demonetized or like, I don't know, age restricted. But you guys get what I'm saying. We might like the whole myths thing is just a bunch of mental masturbation. Nobody actually knows what's going on. Okay? Like in fact, we have more evidence leaning towards the fact that if you make more accounts and post more videos in a single day, you're going to get more reach, because the one person who has actually spoke to Meta as a platform and a company, why is there a fucking mosquito outside my window bugging me? Piss off. The one person that spoke to them, they literally said that they post 50 times a day. So we have more evidence from the company that we're trying to monetize from towards the fact that we can post more. So the whole myths thing is just a bunch of mental masturbation. That's what I see the entire space as. There's so many people that are selling a course or a community or this built upon the belief system that is some new method or fundamental, this or that. There is no new method. The whole idea of organic dropshipping is fairly simple. Okay. So you have the funnel. You have money here, you have, let's say you have traffic here, you have traffic here, you basically get them to a site, and then that site converts to sales. That's really the entire, so there's no kind of, right here you'd probably put in, ads and then ad creatives, and then they'd go to the site. So there'd just be one step. You're kind of just cutting out that middleman and making traffic organically, which is going to up your margins, right? So that's the entire appeal towards the organic business model. But everyone wants to throw in some crazy myth. They want to throw in this or they want to throw in that. But realistically, the entirety of how to actually see success with organic is just skills. That's literally what it is. It's just learning skills. People want to overcomplicate it. People want to turn it into something that it's not. But the reality of the business and the reality of this strategy, I guess the model, the whole appeal to organic is just learning skills. So realistically, right, let me kind of draw this out. You guys have like 5 skills, really. You have 5 skills you got to learn. So you have, building good websites, making good creatives, learning how to go viral, learning consumer psychology. And I could probably throw in a couple if I thought about it. But you get what I'm saying. You just got to learn the skills. So your day-to-day should not be finding some hidden method. That's a terrible question mark. Your day-to-day should not be finding some hidden method or like some unreleased, untapped model of organic to where you're like on some Chinese website and then you're going on like, this Indonesian social platform or do it like that's not the case. It's literally, life's a fucking video game, okay? So you just want to be getting these skills like maxed out. That's literally what it is. So your day-to-day focus should not be, let me watch a billion YouTube videos, or maybe let me join this guy's $40 a month fucking community, because yeah, that $40 a month community is definitely going to give me the skills to make me $100,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn the fucking skills. You just got to go out and you got to get the skills. So don't focus on, oh, this is the new strategy. This is the new this. Wake up every single day and think to yourself, I'm going to make fucking 10 creatives today. Maybe I'm not going to post all 10, but I want to make them fucking better. How can I improve my creatives from yesterday? How can I make my website better? Can I study landers? Maybe I can't afford Shrine Theme yet because I'm a brokey, but maybe I could study some other guys and maybe be creative with it. Get fucking Canva Pro, okay? There's so many, like, all right, let me tell you guys. The biggest thing, guys, the biggest fucking thing in business that I see, the one thing holding back every single motherfucker that I get, it's creativity. Creativity. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't spell that wrong. Creativity. Guys, you know that SpongeBob meme where it's like the rainbow? It's literally what business is. It's creativity. You have a problem, you find a creative solution. You're trying to do something, you need to do it different, so find market share, do it fucking creatively. That's literally all it is. So most of you motherfuckers lack creativity, and that's the problem. Most of you guys have literally no inspiration, and you're like a bum. You're like a bottom feeder. You're a leech. That's the best way. I've talked about this before. Most organic dropshippers are literal bottom feeders. You guys are bottom feeders. You're little leeches at the bottom of the fucking fish tank. You know? You're the motherfucker. Like, let me draw this out for you guys. Most organic dropshippers are down here. So here's like a fish tank. You know, you got a little filter here. You got the bubbles. And you got fucking Mr. Ecom over here. This is the god of ecom money. Okay. Now, Mr. God of ecom money is pouring in some fish food for you guys, right? And he's all happy and shit because he's obviously god of ecom. But all the fish food is floating at the top. All the fresh fish food is floating at the top. Now, here's me, of course, and the like select, you know, few fish, right? The top G's over here. Now we're getting this fresh, you know, these look like goldfish. We're getting these fresh food, okay? We're getting this fresh food. So here's a rock. Here's a little, you know, boop, 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 some leaves and whatnot. But we're getting this fresh food right when he puts it in the tank. Now, we're obviously going to eat enough. We're not going to eat all this food. And all the food's going to come down. It's going to drop down here. Now, this is where your dumbass is. And you're sad. And you got, like, you're just a fat fish. And you're just getting this bottom. You're getting the soggy ass, gross ass, bottom feeding fish pellets. Probably some shit we shat out of our fish butts. Okay? So that's what most of you guys are because you lack creativity. So when it comes to doing organic, you need to be creative. The one guys that the biggest people that I've seen that actually make money in the organic space are the people that are creative. The people that create new marketing angles, the people that find new ways to and new ideas as a whole. You know, so for example, you've had one guy, there was an account that basically did like, you know, it was like POV, you know, let me draw this out. It was like POV dad. So it's like POV my dad, let's just call it dad marketing. So POV my dad started a business and my dad started like a XYZ business and he's crying because no one likes it or no one bought from it. Okay? Invoking emotion amongst the viewer, consumers going to purchase. That's fucking creative. There was people that were doing those little, you know, slideshows on TikTok, 1, 2, 3. And then we had, you know, like it was like a shirt or some shit. And it was like, you know, starter pack. Or you had those fucking old money ones. Like those were super good. You had like some shoes or some shit. Bear with my drawings here. I'm not an artist. But you see what I'm saying? So you had, you know, it was like, then the top text was like POV or whatever. Then you had the other creatives to where it was just like, and I've done this on my personal branding page before. So it's like POV, and then the text fades in from black. You know, like you could do that as well. There's a trillion different ways to do organic marketing. Most of you guys are just retards and you're a bottom feeder. So you're doing the exact same, my wife's boyfriend, the fucking MWBs, you're doing the fucking regular ass POV, you're doing don't let a One Piece fan see this, don't let a Ronaldo fan see this, this is gonna get me money. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Here's the thing, you don't have any competitive advantage when you're recycling the same bullshit. Of course, when you want to test a new product, which you should be testing, you're like, Smith, one of the most common questions is like, Smith, how many products should I be testing, you know, every whatever? I would say a solid bet, safe bet for most of you guys would be testing 2 products every 10 days or so. 10 to 13 days. And then while you're testing those products, keep doing product research. And here's like the timeline. Why is there a fucking mosquito? Dude, who let the mosquitoes? Did I leave a fucking door open overnight or something? Like, it's not even that late. Okay, sidetracked. So here's day 1 of you testing a product. Fantastic. And then here's day 13. So, or like, yeah, we'll do day 10 to 13. So 10 to 13 is when you can kind of choose yourself. Smith, when should I kill a product? I don't know. It's judgment. A lot of e-commerce is just judgment. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the factors of ecom. The fucking main factors of e-commerce are time, luck, and skill. Whether you like it or not, I don't care how good your creatives are, you just gotta wait for your time. Because a lot of this shit just comes down to when you get lucky. That's literally all it is. It's like, when am I gonna fucking get lucky so I can make my bread? You know, that's literally all it is. So, I mean, I've been off YouTube for a little bit, running up my bread. You can kind of tell. But, so here's the thing. One day of you ordering the product, here's order day, and then here's end date where you kill the product. Boom. Let's say you have, okay, so here's day 1. Then let's say you have day 4, day 7, and then day 9. Okay? So by day 4, you should be, if nothing is viral, no virality, you should be testing new marketing angles and concepts for your videos and get fucking creative. By day 7, you should, or first off, by day 1, through this entire thing, you should be doing market research and you should have products coming to your house. That's the thing. The problem is that most motherfuckers test on day 1 and then they order, like, they go and do market research when they're done testing their products on day 13. So then they have like damn near a 4-day fucking period where they're doing jack shit but market research. I'm like, bro, if you expedited the process, did market research through these days, you'd be able to fucking test products on day 1, order new, products for test product on day 1 for days 1 to 10. Order fucking products on day 1, so when they come on day 4 to 5, you can maybe test a new one in between here, or you could just have products to test when you're done testing those. Most people do, I'm gonna order this product, they test it, then they spend 4 days doing market research, then they have to wait another fucking 2 days to get the fucking product. You've wasted an entire week doing jack shit. Okay? It's all about leverage. Okay? If I'm gonna test a product, I'm gonna test product, order another product, even though I'm testing a product, because that's just how business fucking works. So, market research. On day 7, test different shit. Like, if you don't, guys, if you're an organic dropshipper watching this video, you don't have products coming to your house right now, it's a fucking problem. That is a problem. That is a major fucking issue that you need to address to yourself. After this video, go order. I don't give a fuck. Well, this product's not the greatest product of all time. It's not gonna, I don't give a shit. Order a product. Just do it. Like, just test the products. Bro, the organic dropshippers that I know that have fucking made, like, cause I know some that have done millions. These guys, they have tested some over 1,000 products. Is that not? And but obviously they've been doing it for fucking ages. But obviously they have creators. But you get what I'm saying. They've tested hundreds, if not over 1,000 fucking products. You have tested 5, and you're questioning if the business model works. You're a retard. You're slow. So, as soon as you hit day 9, and maybe your videos aren't going viral, consider testing a new product. Just Hail Mary and fucking, you can spam post, you could do whatever you want, to be quite frank. I would highly suggest posting on YouTube Shorts. Even though the conversion is not that bad, you are going to maybe get a sale or 2, which psychologically does a lot for your journey. Because if you can kind of fast track that first win, especially if you haven't gotten your first sale yet, then that's going to be a big thing. If you can fast track your first sale, that's going to be a big psychological dub that you can pocket and then play off of for the next 4 months. Because most people you're never tired when you're winning, right? But you're always tired when you're losing. You're always tired when you're not fucking motivated. You don't need to find motivation when you're making 10K a day. Okay, I've made $9,000 today. I'm recording this video. Do I look like I'm in a bad mood? I've done a lot. I went to the gym. I said hi to all my gym homies. I had a good lunch. I saw a girl. Went on like a little fucking matcha. I went on a matcha date. Then I fucking came home, had a cold shower, went on a walk, and now I'm fucking recording this video. Life could literally not get any fucking better than this. And you can tell I'm in a good mood. But you know how many psychological dubs I had to get here? That's the thing. So if you can if you can just speed track your way to getting a sale, pocket that dub, and run with it. The problem is that most of these guys have done, like, the biggest problem in the online business space is that most of these guys are saying, like, how I went from X to X in X amount of time. So they're giving they're giving you guys, whoever's watching this video, this fundamental belief system that if I don't get this in X amount of time, I'm lesser of a person than them. These guys are not as rich as they say they are. These guys are not different from you, but just because, like, your time is going to come. So the problem is that most people want to, like, for your first 3 to 5 stores, understand that you're just getting proof of concept. So 3 to 5 stores, you're just getting fucking proof of concept. You're not actually going to make thousands of dollars from these stores. And that's the big thing that I say, make your websites for these stores. Make your fucking websites. I'm just going to do websites like this. Make your fucking websites for these stores. Does this just look like the globe? That looks like a fucking basketball. I'm an idiot. I'm just going to say web. So make your websites. Make your websites for those stores, because you're getting proof of concept. You don't want to go viral and then have a terrible landing page. I had a guy in my group and he got like 100 million views. I think it was like 6 days across like 3 different TikTok posts. And his website was ungodly, gross, ugly. And that he didn't convert for shit. Like, he would have probably made triple the money if he knew how to make a good website. He basically just put all his eggs in one basket. So here's you. Here's you and you're a video gamer. Wow, or no, you're like, life is a video game. So here's your stats, right? You got creatives, you got landing pages, you got your landing page, you got your marketing, and you got your virality. You don't want to be the guy that's fucking amazing at creatives and amazing at fucking virality, but then his marketing overall is again and his landing pages are here. Because that's what that guy was, and he wasn't optimized for money. Okay, opposed to being like up here, down there, up here, down there, you want to be the guy that's like here. You want to be the guy that has everything on the same level. And then obviously everything is going to be popping off at the same time. So you want to be the guy that has 8s across the board opposed to 5 10s and then 3 2s. Does that make sense? And most people are just good at like one thing. But the problem is that you, my friend, business just wearing hats, you got to wear the money hat. You got to be Mr. I got the skills to pay the fucking bills, because that's literally all it is. I was talking to these 2 guys yesterday. Super dope guys. Like, they don't even have a personal brand. These guys made millions of dollars, like crazy as shit. And we had a cigar and a glass of whiskey. And they were telling me, is like, bro, like, I don't even have like a business. Like, I just get paid for skills. Like, obviously they do business shit, but like, they literally make so much money. And I'm like, oh, from being irreplaceable. He's like, fucking exactly, bro. The only reason I get paid so much is because I'm an irreplaceable human being. Like, you could pay me literally like $1,000 a day, but then at the moment I make you $100K in a month, you're gonna up it because you want to keep me there. And that's I'm not saying you guys have to be like that, but you do have to fucking get the skills done. You have to learn how to fucking, oh Jesus Christ, you have to learn how to pay the fucking bills, or you want to have to learn the skills to pay the fucking bills. Another thing is test products globally. Most people, obviously, okay, so let me kind of cover the Trump tariffs, because I told you guys I was going to cover that. I don't want to break, I'm a man of my word type shit. I don't want to break, you know what I was going to say. But, so basically, they had a rule. I'm not going to cover it as like the minimums act. It was like $800. Any item under $800 wouldn't be taxed if it came from China to the US. They completely shut that shit down. There was another thing, basically, you know, like, let's say if you have a product, you're selling it for $10, your COGS, your cost of goods shipped, okay, covering the tariffs here, because what about the tariffs? Your cost of goods shipped, which is COGS, is $10. So your COGS is $10. With the tariffs, oh, that's an A. $10. What am I doing? $10 plus tariff, boom, equals $12. So you're pretty much just adding, you know, 20%. So yeah, it's basically just, you know, going up. Your COGS are going to be higher unless you have a factory from the United States, which for the type of organic ecom, the dropshipping I do, I have U.S. suppliers, U.S. factories, and I'm going to cover that in, I'm not really going to talk about it. I'm not going to do any CTAs in this video. I'm not going to talk about a group or like check the link in the description. The only CTA in this video I'll actually do is feel free to check out my Instagram, and that's about it. Maybe drop a subscribe if you're feeling generous. But yeah, that's really all it is. So your COGS are just going to go from $10 to $12, including the tariff, or with the tariff. So what you guys need to do is kind of do globally. Once you've made your bag from ecom, wait, is this it? Yeah. So pretend this is like a bag with a money sign on it. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not the best drawer, not the best artist. But yeah. So pretend you made your bag. Now, the biggest thing that you want to do is join, it doesn't even have to be drop shippers, but go into Discords, or whether you're starting a personal brand, maybe you're documenting your journey on YouTube, which I highly recommend everybody do. But go into like dropshipping Discords, go into dropshipping, or just anything. Go into regular ass like business Discords and just tell people, I'm looking for creators. I'm making good money with organic dropshipping. I'm looking for creatives to make content. I'm looking for creators to make content for me. Content. Okay. I don't know why I disappeared for a second. I'm looking for creators to make content. And that's one way to scale. You want to go find creators. You want to go pay them, obviously, like, set couple hundred a month, depending on where they're from. But the thing is that most people limit themselves to one market. Obviously, with the traditional dropshipping that we have, the US market is going to see especially with like the low ticket motherfuckers, you're definitely going to have a harder time making money. So what you do want to do is, if you have the money now, you can go hire creators, or you could just market if you know another language. I know guys from the US that have marketed Spanish countries and made a fuck ton of money. I know guys from the UK that speak German. They tried Germany. They made a fuck ton of money. I know guys who are from Germany that do it in German and they fuck ton of money. So obviously you're going to have big products hit the US and the UK market first. So what you're going to want to do is, maybe, let's say you're in a European country, a first world European country with a currency that has purchasing power. Go find these other guys and basically take from them and pop it into, your country. Take their product and pop it. Those retro cameras that everyone was doing? I got that fucking mosquito because I'm Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's fucking crazy reflexes. But you guys know that little retro camera that everyone was selling back in the day? I know a guy that at the peak of that product's saturation, this guy took it, sold it in the German market, made $14,000 in a week. Profit. Revenue is different. But he made profit. He profited, put it in his pocketed 14 big ones, 14 bones in 7 days. That's $2K a day. By just taking a product. And obviously, I'm not going to say it's as easy as it was, because dropshipping is changing a fuck ton, especially organic. With the tariffs, the saturation, everyone being weird, there's a bunch of bullshit in the space. But I just kind of wanted to cover on how to get around the tariffs. The tariffs, this is how business is. Going back to the creativity, you just have to be creative. Now, obviously, I'm not too worried about the tariffs, because the kind of dropshipping I do, I've used, suppliers, factories, whatever, I'm chilling. But of course, you're going to have a little bit of problems. At the end of the day, it's not like you can't dropship from China, but obviously there's going to be something, some countries are going to hop in the market. I mean, tariffs are tariffs. It's pretty much global, but you get what I'm saying. So there's always going to be something that goes in the market. Go hire creators. You need to diversify markets. You don't want to put your eggs in one basket. Same way you don't want to, it's the equivalent to just learning one skill and that's it. It's like if I were to go train one fucking bicep in the gym. Like, why would I do that? It just doesn't make sense. So don't look at a product as straight up tip of the iceberg saturation, because there's always ways to get around it, right? The fact is this isn't like, you can't really control. For example, if you test a marketing angle, you're opening a door to a new niche, therefore it's not saturated. Does that make sense? The product itself isn't saturated, but the marketing angle around the product is. So let me redraw this out for you guys. So boom, here's an arrow. So here's the water, and then here's the tip of the iceberg. There's the iceberg, and then you have the iceberg go deep as shit in the water. You digging it, baby? Okay, so here's the product. We're gonna just write product up here. Here's your product. Right? Boom, product. You're just looking at tip of the iceberg here as saturation. Saturation. Boom. You're just looking at this as tip of the iceberg saturation, which is a problem, because at the end of the day, there's a whole plethora below of marketing angles that you have yet to test, which is all under. So you're looking at 1, 2, and 3 marketing angles. Let me just change that. You're looking at 3 marketing angles, when in reality, if you're creative, you could really fucking spend 5 minutes brainstorming. Motherfuckers don't do that. They just don't sit and think. They don't just sit and they don't sit and hey, what can I do to make money? I literally started doing that past 3 months, and it's really fucking worked. I've been such a creative person. Like, it's just, I'll go on a walk. I'll just have my notes app out and I'll just be like, let me jot some shit down. And that's how some of the stuff I'm talking about in this video came about, which is funnily enough, I mention it. So realistically, don't look at a product as tip of the iceberg saturation, because behind saturation, you have 5 new marketing angles that open your door to a new, all right, let me do this. That open your door to a new niche. Wait, boom, boom, to a new niche, which makes it, no, it doesn't make, it makes it non-saturated. It makes it not saturated anymore. So if you're testing a product, you test a new marketing angle, that then it opens the door to a new niche, the product isn't saturated. Does that make sense? Most people look at saturation as the worst thing in the entire world. Obviously, if you're selling volcano humidifiers, you're probably fucking cooked. You probably should quit dropshipping. But, you know, I look at saturation as proof that something works. There's a million motherfuckers doing YouTube videos. There's a million motherfuckers making 1 million views. Or getting 1 million views. I'm not going to look at, like, that's the equivalent of like me making this YouTube video, looking at Mr. Beast being like, oh, there's 300 million people, the American population, watched his video. Well, I'm not going to get views. Like, who gives a shit? That just literally means that people watch YouTube. It's the fucking equivalent of, you know, it's the equivalent of seeing people drive cars and being like, oh, I can't buy a car. Too many people drive cars. Huh? That's literally the same logic. So, you know, I'm posting this on Wednesday. Happy Wang Half Wednesday, by the way. I'm going to throw up a video if you guys aren't familiar.
Wang Half, white ass nigga going hard as fuck. Absolutely. All day. If you're not a white ass nigga going hard as fuck, I don't want to talk to you. Just shut up. Just shut up. Boring, irrelevant. We're being slowly poisoned. Choose to be a white ass nigga going hard.
So happy Wang Half Wednesday. If you're not familiar, now you're familiar. Yeah, I literally just found, that's like the funniest video. That guy's so funny. If you know Nick Fuentes, you know Nick Fuentes. If you know who he's tapped in. If you're not, then I don't know. But yeah, so the reality of it is that most of you guys are bottom feeders. Most of you guys lack creativity, and most of you guys lack the skills. I'm not going to sit here and say, luckily, guys, in my Discord, there's 3 new untapped organic modules for you guys to watch. It's fucking insane, the things that I'm teaching you. It's never talked about before in the entirety of the fucking organic dropshipping space. It's fucking great. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to morgues my shit. I'm not going to like FIFA pack opening level sell you guys. I don't even have a group open right now. But you guys see what I'm saying? Most of you guys are looking for some golden nugget. There's no golden nugget, bro. There's no golden nugget. Freaking last week, dude, I made $7,000 profit on the day. I want to go see the Minecraft movie by myself. That was freaking awesome. I've been enjoying life, guys. I've been freaking enjoying life, dude. No freaking traveling, going to Miami, whipping supercars. I'm freaking chilling. I'm going on walks every day. I'm getting fucking matcha, getting some ice cream, living a wholesome ass life, hitting the fucking gym, getting big as hell. I don't know if you guys can tell. Sorry to flex on you guys real quick. Yeah, I'm yoked, bro. Holy cow. But you guys see what I'm saying. Living a wholesome life, really enjoying it. So stop looking for golden nuggets. The answer you're looking for is just in the work. You don't have a clarity problem. You don't have a motivation problem. You have a clarity problem. Because when you have clarity, then the road is clear. So most of you guys are not struggling for motivation. The problem is that you're watching a billion different YouTubers telling you the same. There are a billion different things, and that's the real problem. So if I was a dropshipper in today's market, starting from scratch, here's what I would do. Because a lot of guys on YouTube, they tend to just spew shit. And so it's a lot of good advice. Believe me, not a lot of these ecom guys on YouTube are freaking killers, man. Mad respect to them. And a lot of it's great advice, but they don't give actionables at the end of the video. So hypothetically, let's say I was in your shoes. Maybe I've made a little bit of money, maybe I haven't, but I'm trying to figure out organic. I would focus on optimizing each skill. I'd evaluate my skill set. So I'd rank them each 1 out of 10. So 1 to 10, I'd evaluate my skill set. I'd be like, okay, maybe my skill at getting viral videos is at like a 5. Maybe my marketing is at like a 3. Maybe my landing pages are super fucking good. I got Shrine theme, my shit's a 9 out of 10. And maybe my creatives are at like a solid 7. First thing I would do is focus on my marketing angles, which is my creativity. It's not creative, it's my creativity. I'd get creative. I'd go and brainstorm. Like literally, if you just, that's the problem is with creativity. It's a lot harder to kind of like tell somebody how to be creative. I've always just intrinsically a creative person. So maybe go make some art, dude. Go on a walk. Find inspiration. Listen to some good music. Like, I'm serious. This is the shit that no one's gonna tell you guys. Everyone's like, just work. Go make music. Go make like a beat. Go paint if you fucking can. Go on a walk. Go, talk to an old person and listen to their stories. Like, I'm super fucking serious. Go pet your dogs. Go have a nice family dinner. Go find inspiration. That's the only way you're going to get creative. Next thing, I would go and I'd improve my virality. I'd try and, study what people did. I see what marketing angles they used. I literally study the video to a fucking T. I know I met this guy in Miami, and he is a literal technician when it comes to going viral. He literally gave me the exact like CapCut settings. Literally one thing he would do. I'm giving away too much sauce in this video. He would take a CapCut video from somebody who went viral. He'd go on the Reels downloader, TikTok downloader. He'd download it. He'd fucking make it the same aspect ratio. He'd layer his video over it, lower the opacity on it, and literally copy the fucking caption pixel to pixel to a T. I just gave you guys so much sauce because the algorithm recognizes that. Enjoy that. But I'd go and improve my virality. Okay, your landing pages are fine, so that's my last concern. My creatives, I'd make better creatives. Learn this, like literally study this shit. Luke Belmar type, like study, brother. Study Johnny Walker style. Fucking pacing, angles, captions, hashtags, like consistency of posting, how many videos a day, all that kind of stuff. Music, lighting, break this shit down. And that's literally all I would do. All I would do is just get better at the skill. So this video has been a little long, but I know it's been super valuable, and I'm glad to be back on YouTube. And I'm telling you guys, I've just been living a great life. I've just been enjoying myself. I've been living super wholesome. I'm pretty sure you can tell. I'm healthy. I'm happy, and I'm getting richer by the day. So there's no course for you to buy. There's in the description. Just freaking drop a subscribe. And follow me on Instagram, I guess. So happy Wang Half Wednesday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Jesus loves you.